Good morning. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. I know Crystal loves you all very much. I wouldn't be here if she didn't, so. I'm just going to, we're going to kind of keep it simple today because that's what Ed would want, and in order to honor him, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to just tell you a little bit about Ed. You probably already know a lot of this, but he was born in 1937 in Canton, Ohio. He had 3 sisters, and he came from a big Italian family. His grandfather immigrated to America from Italy during the early 1900s, maybe late 1800s, not sure. I tried to research. Ed joined the military when he was young, and while stationed in Germany, he met his beloved wife, Crystal, and was married in 1960 for the next 65 years. Had a son, Mike, who he loves very much, and who loves him, of course. 2 grandsons, Vincent and Lance, and he doted over Calvin, and he was a wonderful father-in-law to me for 44 years. He went to college while working full-time and graduated cum laude in business and human resources. Crystal said that Ed loved to dance when he was younger. I didn't really realize this, but he did. He loved to do the polka, the waltz, and even did 2-step dancing. I can remember Crystal's boots that she got for them. And he had a collection of big band orchestra music that he frequently listened to. Ed loved food. I would cook all the meals, and no matter how it turned out, he always said it was good and he ate every bit. He especially loved when Olive Garden had their never-ending spaghetti and meatball special. And he would call us excitedly and tell us that they had the eternal bowl, spaghetti bowl. And that we wouldn't need to go out to eat together. He could never remember it was called never-ending bowl. He called it the eternal bowl. And so, to this day, we call it the eternal bowl for Ed. And he's having an eternal bowl now. Ed was a risk taker. He would do dangerous things when no one was looking. When Chris would leave, he would often gather his ladder and go out and clean the gutters and get on the roof and try to fix something. Everyone who knows that he loved fishing. He did singing fishing in Michigan. He went to fish camps with his son Mike and friends in Canada. He had his own bass tracker boat. One day he came home from fishing with a friend with a big jump around his head like a mummy because he fell over the boat trailer on Caesar's Creek. And he did a face plant, of course. And it was all about doing things himself, which usually ended up with some kind of hospital trip. Ed was very private and humble and kind in everything he did. A personal memory I have in his being a part of the Optimist Club selling fresh cut Christmas trees at Christmas time. I remember going there and he was there. I didn't even know he was part of the Optimist Club. That was, of course, when I was in my twins. He was always willing to help out others, though. After Ed's retirement, he and Crystal were able to enjoy some traveling together overseas, and he loved to tell the stories upon his return, including all the foods that he ate. However, those traveling years were cut short due to his Parkinson's disease, the last 30 years of his life that he had to endure. Ed was a fighter all his life, even to the end, and he's free from that disease now. Ed and I shared several conversations over the years about our belief in God, and I know he's in total peace now alongside our grandson, his grandson, and he preceded that last year. Ed will be deeply missed by those he touched over the nearly 88 years of his life, and will always be loved. And we'll see you later, Ed.
First of all, I want to start off by saying I want to give a heartfelt thank you to everybody for coming out today to honor my dad, First Sergeant Edward Anthony Diano. Our mighty oak tree has fallen. My dearly beloved father was a mentor, a pillar of worldly knowledge, and a developer of my own parenting skills. Dad was a true gentleman, constantly exemplifying kindness and civility in all his daily actions. He was the leader of our family, and he will be deeply missed by all. A quick story of a young man named Ed, who lived in Canton, Ohio, and continued to drive around town with a right foot of lead. These activities resulted in the police pulling Ed over. He was notified his speeding ways were over, and to the Army that he should be turned his life over to. In the Army, young Ed found purpose, commitment, and service, and the love of his life, Crystal, while stationed in Germany. My dad's value of service was manifested in 22 years of service to the Army. Whether here tour fighting for his country in Vietnam, with his horrific exposure to Agent Orange that began those many years ago, the true fight of his life. Dad was a volunteer firefighter for more than 30 years with the city of Kettle, and also served as fire inspector for Washington Township and Miami Township for many years. Dad's unique value of meaningful love was and forever will be his beloved wife, my mom, Crystal, 65 years, and cherished and adored her very deeply and dearly. And was also a very loving and caring father to me. His quick wit and his little jokes always made me smile, even to this very day. We spent the days watching Bugs Bunny cartoons followed by fishing, followed by some burgers and fries, or a foot-long chili dog with a root beer float. He was, and forever will be, the best damn dad I could ever have had. If Ed wasn't fishing, he would spend the days with his two grandsons, Vince and Lance, most times taking them both fishing at Caesar's Creek, followed by burgers and fries and many smiles and laughs by all. Ed doted and cherished and loved them both dearly. were his pride and joy. So my fondest memories will be the rebuilding of yard toys for both the boys that he found discarded. And if you see the pictures, you see probably some of those toys that were that we assembled. The boys have some stuff. Both boys loved those toys and fondly look back at those days. Dad had no strangers, only friends he hadn't met yet. A true friend of all, and his absence will be truly felt by all who knew him. Thanks, Dad, for teaching me the value of being a man and a father to our two boys. You are truly the best father that I could have ever had. I love you, Dad. I hope you and me are having fun fishing together. One last roll call for First Sergeant Diano. Go fishing. Have fun. I wish I could talk more. This seems very trivial because this doesn't cover half the stuff, or not a third what he did. But again, thank you for coming out and helping us share this burden from the loss of my dad and my mom. Love you, Mom. Sorry.
John. This does conclude Ed's service here today. But before we go, I have an announcement for us. We're going to open up these doors here in just a moment, and we're going to have a little reception for Ed. So all are invited to stay and continue to share some memories, eat some food with us. We appreciate you staying around. I'd also like to make a note that about 1 o'clock, we're going to be packing up everything here. We're going to go over to the gravesite over at Dayton National. So just making you aware of all that as well, too. Thank you all for being here. If you in just a moment, give me a sec to open these doors here, and we'll have you in the next room, okay?
Yes. Thank you. First time I got the smaller bowl, she went ready to buy all
And they just put a marker, just a baseball marker. I met two sisters. One lived in Tampa, and the other had a trailer. They were part time. So I did the work. Longer hair.